You spend hundreds of dollars on complex 10-step skincare routines, only to wake up with stubborn dullness and persistent breakouts. It's a paradox that almost everyone in the beauty space eventually hits. We see a new serum with a high percentage of active ingredients and assume it's the missing piece of the puzzle. We buy into the idea that more layers equal more glow, believing that if one product is good, 5 must be better. We are chasing a translucent, light-reflecting quality by piling on more and more weight. But this cycle of oversaturation actually drives the skin into a state of chronic fatigue. Instead of the clarity we're looking for, we end up with a surface that looks congested and feels perpetually tired. The reality is that those expensive chemical peels, the high-intensity scrubs, and the shelf full of potent acids are often doing the exact opposite of what the marketing promises. While they claim to reveal fresh skin, they are frequently performing a slow, methodical stripping of your natural protective elements. You aren't just exfoliating away dead cells. You are often dissolving the very proteins that keep your face looking firm and hydrated. This constant state of chemical agitation prevents the skin from ever reaching its natural, healthy equilibrium. This leads to a state of barrier degradation. Think of your skin like a brick wall. When the cellular mortar is intact, it's a solid, smooth shield. But when you over-apply harsh actives, that mortar dissolves, leaving microscopic gaps in the architecture. This exposes your deeper tissue to environmental stressors, leading to the redness and inflammation that ruin the smooth texture of glass skin. If the standard approach of high-intensity intervention is causing this internal collapse, we have to look at a different path. We need to identify the exact biological protocol that allows the skin to repair its own texture and return to a state of natural luminosity in 7 days. How do we stop the irritation and start the structural recovery? True skin clarity is found by stopping the self-inflicted damage and allowing your biology to focus on rebuilding. When you remove the irritants, your skin can finally redirect its energy toward repairing that cellular mortar and restoring its own light-reflecting surface. This brings us to day 1, which requires a complete and immediate withdrawal. This is the part most people find difficult. You must put away every acid, every harsh exfoliant, and every high-concentration vitamin serum. Your routine for the first 24 hours is reduced to the barest essentials: a gentle, non-foaming cleanser and a basic moisturizer. We are clearing the deck to let the inflammation subside. This withdrawal is necessary to stop transepidermal water loss, or towel. When your barrier is fractured, your skin acts like a sieve. Essential moisture is constantly evaporating upward through those gaps and into the air. By removing the harsh actives, we stop the constant reopening of those gaps, allowing your face to finally hold on to the water it already has. On days 2 and 3, the focus shifts to a process of aggressive reinflation. We flood the foundational layers of the epidermis with simple, low molecular weight hydrators, like glycerin or hyaluronic acid. These molecules act like tiny sponges, plowing water deep into the skin. As those shriveled, dehydrated cells absorb this moisture, they swell and plump up, naturally closing the gaps in your barrier from the bottom up. Then, during days 4 and 5, we have to secure that progress. We apply heavy occlusive layers, specifically those rich in ceramides and fatty acids. These don't just sit on top, they act as a temporary artificial barrier. This shield traps the new hydration inside and provides a protective environment, giving your natural barrier the time it needs to finish its internal healing process without being interrupted. This period of radical, minimalistic intervention forces the skin to heal from the inside out. By providing the right environment and the right building blocks, you create the structural plumpness required for a truly reflective, glass-like surface. As we move into days 6 and 7, we begin a very delicate transition. The foundation is now healed and hydrated, but it may have a layer of dull, dead cells sitting on top. We reintroduce a single, exceedingly gentle exfoliant, something like a mild mandelic acid or a PHA, just to polish that top layer and reveal the light-reflecting surface underneath. This is where most people fail because of a common psychological trap. As your skin speeds up its repair process, you might see a temporary purge, small, minor bumps rising to the surface. It is incredibly easy to mistake this for a standard breakout and panic, thinking the routine is failing you. Reacting to a minor blemish by aggressively reapplying multiple acids will instantly etch new damage into that surface, undoing a week of meticulous barrier repair. The second major point of failure is neglecting daily SPF. Your skin is at its most vulnerable when it's being rebuilt. Even 20 minutes of unprotected UV exposure can trigger enzymes that break down the very moisture matrix you spent the last 6 days constructing. Without sun protection, the healing process is essentially neutralized. The success of this 7-day challenge depends on extreme, disciplined restraint. The hardest part isn't what you do, it's what you choose not to do when your skin starts its natural transition phase. By day 7, you will see a drastic improvement in luminosity and a visible bounciness to the skin. This is what authentic glass skin looks like. It is deeply hydrated and healthy, but it still possesses normal human pores and texture. It glows because the surface is smooth enough to reflect light, not because it has been sanded down to a plastic finish. We have to contrast this biological reality with the heavily filtered, poreless images we see on social media. Those illusions are created with ring lights and editing, not skincare. Real dermatology is about health and hydration, not the elimination of human features. To maintain this glow long-term, we have to look at the internal factors that allow the barrier to function. The most frequently ignored factor in skin health is the management of cortisol levels through sleep. While we focused on topical repair, your body needs a specific internal environment to keep that barrier intact. There is a direct biological link here. High cortisol, the hormone released when we are stressed or sleep-deprived, triggers systemic inflammation. This inflammation acts as a signal to your skin to stop producing the ceramides and lipids that make up your mortar. If you are chronically stressed, your body effectively sabotages the topical work you're doing, making it impossible for the skin to retain the hydration levels needed for that glass-like finish. The 7-day glass skin challenge shows that listening to your skin's biological signals is more effective than following a marketing trend. When you provide the right building blocks and manage your internal stress, your skin naturally reaches a state of high-clarity health. If you're ready to stop the cycle of overcomplication and start working with your biology, hit the like button and subscribe for more evidence-based beauty protocols. Comment below with your day 1 starting point. I'd love to hear how your skin responds.